This video was created and brought to you by ManageMax. We manage condominiums, HOAs, manufactured housing and apartment communities throughout Southeast Michigan. We're a growing company, and maybe we'll get to your area soon if we're not there yet. We create these videos to share industry insights with current and prospective clients. There will be an opportunity to connect with us at the end, so stick around to the end of the video. Now let's dive in. Right now there's a condo board somewhere preparing for next year's budget by adding 5% to this year's expenses and just calling it done. They've got no idea they're setting their residents up for a financial shock that could have been completely avoided. Here's what we see over and over. Boards create budgets by looking at last year's expenses and adding 3 to 5%. Landscaping went up $2,000, budget $2,100. Insurance was $15,000. Plan for $15,750. But real costs don't work that way. Emergency assessments happen because boards plan for everything to go exactly as expected, and it never does. Take heating costs. Your board might budget based on last year's mild winter, but what happens when this winter runs 2 weeks longer? Or when natural gas prices spike in January like they did a few years ago? Or when your aging boiler starts losing efficiency? That comfortable budget becomes a cash flow crisis, and suddenly you're scrambling to cover the shortfall. Here's another reality boards miss: insurance renewals. You budget for a 5% increase, but then your carrier drops you after a hail damage claim. Now you're shopping for new coverage in a tight market, and your premium jumps 40%. That unexpected cost was completely predictable to anyone who understands insurance cycles. The communities that avoid these surprises don't just budget differently, they approach financial planning with the understanding that unexpected costs aren't unexpected at all. They're inevitable. Successful communities operate with multiple financial scenarios, and here's why that matters to your residents. When your board only plans for one scenario, you're betting that everything will go exactly as expected, but property management professionals know that's never the case. Smart communities prepare for their most likely scenario, their challenging scenario, and their opportunity scenario. This isn't about being pessimistic or overly optimistic. It's about being prepared. Here's the difference it makes. When unexpected costs hit communities with single budgets, board meetings become crisis management sessions about emergency assessments. When the same costs hit communities with scenario planning, board meetings focus on which backup plan to implement. Same problem, completely different stress level. Most boards think financial planning means putting numbers in a spreadsheet and adding a buffer. But the real challenge isn't the math, it's knowing what to plan for. Should you expect your roof to last its full warranty period, or do most roofs in your climate fail earlier? When do contractors in your area typically raise prices, and by how much? How do you account for the reality that equipment doesn't break down on schedule? Too often, well-intentioned volunteer treasurers create detailed budgets that miss critical factors. They budget for routine maintenance, but don't account for the fact that their HVAC system is approaching the age where small repairs turn into major replacements. Communities that maintain stable fees and avoid surprise assessments aren't just better at spreadsheets. They're planning with knowledge that comes from understanding property management cycles and regional market patterns. Professional financial planning isn't about creating prettier spreadsheets. It's about building financial systems that protect your residents from surprise assessments and give your board confidence in every money decision. If your community is still operating with single number budgets, you're one unexpected expense away from an emergency assessment. The question isn't whether surprise costs will hit, it's whether you'll be ready with multiple plans when they do. Professional property management means having the systems and expertise to plan for the problems that most boards haven't thought of yet. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.